We're back with Kanye review. We're
Yep.
looking at Kanye's first
Is
album.
this the first Kanye review?
No,
You've
we
done
did,
My
we
Beautiful
did My
Dark
Beautiful
Twisted
Dark Twisted Fantasy like probably a year ago or so. Oh my god.
Right.
So, do you have any context you'd like to give behind his first album?
It's from 2004. It's from 2004. It's his first album. I don't know, not that much context to it. I guess it was pretty bold at the time because it was like it took him a long time to let the album, or not the album, let Rock Nation to like give him a chance to do an album.
Yeah, I heard he tried multiple times to like get an album through, and they just kept saying no.
Yeah, so it was kind of bold with, you know, how some of these songs turned out that he chose to go that way, because if it went south, like, it could have looked really bad, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But,
because before this, he did production on Jay-Z's albums, like The Blueprint and a few other ones.
yeah.
And some of my favorite songs off of that album were done by Kanye's production.
Yep, so a lot of that similar producing style definitely is on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of samples, like, old school sounding vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah, which everybody knows Kanye for, but, like, this is the first time, like, you're seeing it on his scale.
Yeah. So, yeah, the first song is just intro,
Yeah.
which he's...
It's just Kanye talking.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
whoever that guy's supposed to be.
Kanye.
I don't know who that's supposed to be, but it's the same, like, he does that same voice in a lot of the skits on the album.
Yeah, there's a lot of skits on this album, which was a common thing for albums back in the day.
Yeah. Basically, it's just supposed to be some kind of authority
Yeah.
figure that he's, like, mocking,
Yeah.
essentially.
Kanye.
Okay, and then the next song, really the first song, is We Don't Care,
I like We Don't Care.
which is a really funny start to the album.
Yeah.
Because, like, on the intro, the guy was saying, give us a song for the kids, and then the first thing he says it's the bunch of kids singing about drug dealers. So.
Yeah. I think it's a really... It kind of encapsulates Kanye in the very first song you hear from him. It's like, okay.
But very good start, I'd say. And then the next one, I think it's another skit.
Graduation Day. This is the meme one. Everyone's heard everybody's heard this sound effect before. The what the fuck? Yeah, like everyone's heard that on like memes and whatnot. Like, it's like everyone's heard that, and I don't know. It's just a funny little song about graduating, which there seems to be a theme with this album. A lot of school-related stuff, which
slander, basically.
yeah, it's shitting on school and like just like the flaws with going and not going to it,
and how people go just because they're told that they should go and it's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
like he's saying, like it doesn't really have that much value in the end.
Mm-hmm.
The next track is a pretty big one. All Falls Down.
The big hit.
Definitely one of the biggest off the album.
This is probably one of my favorites too. It's really catchy.
Very catchy.
Kanye's flow is like he does like a Jay-Z thing in the song, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was a really fun song to listen to.
Very catchy chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Good vocals by Silena Johnson.
Yeah.
That is.
Probably all people that were bigger at the time on here.
Probably. Yeah, a lot of older features on here.
Mm-hmm.
The next track is not a skip, but kinda I'll Fly Away.
Yeah, this one's, it's like an interlude song. It's alright.
Yeah, I don't really know its purpose.
What's the deal with that?
It's just there.
Yeah.
The next song is Spaceship, featuring GLC and Consequence.
This one's not bad. I
like
do
this
enjoy.
one.
I enjoy this one too.
It's not one that I like thought very much of the first time or two I listened to the album, but it's grown on me over time. Yeah.
The picture gets
Kanye
me.
still has a goat on his Spotify.
He's feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
We'll talk about new Kanye another day, though. Thankfully, that stuff does not relate to this album.
We
Yes.
could. It's giving me an idea.
Yeah.
So what's the next track?
The next track is Jesus Walks.
Another one of his biggest songs
Another
at the time.
very big one on the album.
Yeah. And another catchy one. Another one I really like, too.
Yep. It was very unique at the time, too. Like, the vocals kind of, like, they sound a little bit, like, creepy.
Yeah.
With the way he set up the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very catchy song as well.
Yeah.
Next track is Never Let Me Down, featuring Jay-Z and Ivy. Or Jay Ivy.
Yeah. A lot of J's in this song. I like this song though.
Yeah, this one was good.
It's another cool one. I like Jay-Z's part in it.
Good singing again too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the same. Like the samples are typical Kanye samples, but he does very well with them, and he sounds great on them. Like I don't have any complaints really about any of the songs we've talked about yet.
Yeah.
Next one is Get 'Em High.
This one's alright.
It's okay.
Yeah, this is like the first one I think is just kind of okay.
Yeah, it's got the part like on the second half where it's that lady just like talking, saying like, "Oh, you don't really know to live quietly," whatever. Like, I don't know. It was weird. It was okay though.
Yeah, that one was alright.
Next track is Workout Plan, which this one is just a skit that leads into the next song, but it's just about a bunch of girls talking, like saying they want to get better men type thing. Yeah. So I don't know. The
interlude's fine, but it leads into the track, which I actually really like. This
track
one.
Is fun.
It's one of the first songs I heard off this album.
Yeah, same.
And it's one of my favorites for that reason too.
Yeah, it's the new Workout Plan.
Yeah.
And that one, another really unique one. Like, he has a lot of really unique ideas for song themes on here. But, I don't know. It also has a very well-known sample that this song was used for on J. Cole's Workout.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the end of the song.
The end of the song. Many people know that.
The next track is Slow Jams, featuring Jamie Foxx and Twista.
I like this one too.
Jamie Foxx does a good job on the chorus.
Yeah. And Jamie Foxx would come up again in another big hit of his on his next album.
Yep.
Which we'll talk about that another day.
I'm pretty sure that the hook on this song was kind of just freestyled by Jamie Foxx, like in the moment, and they kind of just used it for the actual song.
Oh, that's cool.
Twista's listed before Kanye on it?
Yeah,
that was an interesting thing I noticed on there too.
Maybe it was released like well before the album or something. And
yeah, that could have been a single.
And he just let Kanye put it on the album type thing. I don't know. I thought it was a Kanye song, but it does list.
Is it similar to like on the one Travis Scott album where "Pick Up the Phone" is listed as a Young Thug song?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yep, I forgot about that. But
so there's that to think about.
Next track has another big feature on it.
Ludacris, oh boy.
Breathe In, Breathe Out. Which
I like this one too.
The song sounds very ludicrous.
Yeah.
The whole chorus.
Luda was on an absolute streak back in the day, so it makes sense that he would appear on this album, and they had another classic put together right here. Yeah. I really liked this one a lot.
The next one.
The next one is School Spirit Skit 1, which is a really good one, basically, again, about him like sarcastically talking from the perspective of someone that's trying to defend like why you go to college and like. So
he'll be the smartest dead guy ever.
Yeah, like just shitting on like degrees aren't worth as much as people think they are.
Yeah, people think that like
thing again.
Oh, I'll be wrapped up in my degrees when I'm dead.
Yeah, keep me warm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really funny though. And then the song that comes after that is School Spirit, which is. Okay.
Yeah, this one's decent.
Another unique idea.
It's weird that I think the skits are more memorable than the track itself.
Yeah.
Usually that's not the case.
It's got a good sound to it on the verses, but the chorus, using like the Alpha, Sigma, like all the Greek alphabet, like college theme.
Yeah.
It's unique, but it didn't sound that good, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was just okay.
And then it's followed by another skit, School Spirit Skit 2.
Yeah, not as memorable as the first one, but still kind of continues on with the same talks of the first one.
Yeah.
And then we get back-to-back skits with the next one.
Yeah, Lil Jimmy skit.
Yeah, this is something I don't think I've ever seen this in a rap album before, where it's back-to-back skits like that.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
Well, actually, I lied. MF Doom's Food album had a bunch in a row, so I guess it's not the first time I've heard it before, but...
Yeah.
It was interesting to hear that again after so long. And these albums came out around the same time, so...
Yeah, at least the skits are kept short. They're all, like, less than a minute long.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, the next track is 2 Words, featuring Mos Def and more that I can't read. Mos Def is the most notable feature on this song.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Freeway's on here too, who was big at the time. He kind of fell off around after this era, but...
Oh, and the Boys Choir of Harlem, apparently. That was the last artist I couldn't read.
Yeah, this track's not bad, though.
Yeah, I like this song. It was another cool rapping style that they used around the title.
Yeah.
Like, the first half of the song, almost, they only used, like, exclusively 2-word bars.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded pretty cool.
I do like that. That was a pretty unique part of the song, I thought.
Cool piano on it.
Yeah.
It was a good one. Then the next track is probably another one of the biggest hits on the album, Through the Wire.
Ah, yes. Another staple from this album. And everyone knows the famous story behind it, too.
Yeah, it's relating to... He had to get a wire in his mouth after his car accident because he broke his jaw. So he had... I forget how long, but in the song he talks about he had to have the wire in his mouth for a certain amount of time, and it was, I guess, around the same time that he was working on this album. So he recorded... I'm pretty sure... I don't know if he was actually recording this after the injury with the wire really in his mouth, or if he recreated it, sort of, to make it sound like he still had the wire in his mouth, just to get the idea behind the song.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he sounds a little different in this song.
Yeah, it sounds like he's... Like, there's something in his mouth. Like, it's harder to understand a little bit, but...
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's a really good song.
Definitely.
Sounds great.
Samples also incredible, too.
Yeah. And the second to last track is Family Business. It's another good one.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
like
a nice
this one.
piano on it. It's kind of interesting. Like, he's talking about, like, how you keep things within your family. Like, if you know dirt about one of your family members, you're not going to rat on them, kind of thing. But then he's also talking about how family members talk about each other behind their backs at the same time. So, I don't know. You can relate to this song pretty easily, I
Definitely.
guess.
I feel like a lot of people can.
And then the final track is Last Call, which is like 9 minutes long, or
it's even
like
it's
that.
like 12 minutes
12,
long. It's
yeah.
really long. It's kind of drawn out. It's just Kanye talking a lot of shit and just hanging out.
It felt very unnecessary, but at the same time, it's been recreated multiple times by rappers since then.
Yeah.
So I guess to certain people, it was kind of influential.
Yeah. I think it's a cool idea. It's just really a little too long.
Yeah, definitely.
No, longer than 4 or 5 minutes, I lose interest.
Especially when it's not an actual track. Like, it's just a monologue with music, really.
Yeah.
Most of it.
So, like, to the average listener, it's like, wow, this does not need to be here. Which even I kind of agree. It doesn't really need to be there. And if it does, it should be like 6 to 8 minutes. I think 12 is just way too much.
Yeah. At that point, you feel like he was doing it. Like, he
On
knew
purpose.
he wanted to do a long-ass song of him just talking.
Yeah.
Not because he had the content, but because he
I think he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And the album's already long enough. It's like an hour and some
something.
change.
Like an hour and
I
26.
think it was 16.
Oh, 16.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hour 16.
Okay, so, like, it's pushing the limits of a CD.
Yeah.
Which a lot of rappers did at the time. So, like, I can't blame Kanye for that. That's just kind of was the standard for a bit.
Yeah, especially since it was his first album, too, so I'm sure he had a lot of...
Mm-hmm.
He probably had to cut down, even, on...
A lot of, like, those early 2000s albums are just really long for no reason.
Yeah.
But, final thoughts on the album?
Great. I really like this album. It's... Early Kanye is very, very different than what most of the people that hear Kanye
Definitely.
think of when they like his music nowadays, but I think it was very good for the time and for now.
Mm-hmm.
Great samples. I don't know. I don't have much bad to say about it other than that it was a little longer than it needed to be because of a lot of skits and a lot of filler stuff like Last Call.
Yeah.
But all the stuff that wasn't filler was amazing. There were very few songs that I didn't really like.
Yeah, same. Final thoughts, Lid?
He basically said everything. His new shit now is not bad, but like different.
It's totally different.
Just
Yeah, it's
different.
a completely different vibe.
I wouldn't know it was the same people if
Right.
didn't have the
He
name
kind
on
of
it.
feels like a different person almost now.
He is.
He definitely
He's not the
is.
same person. He got kidnapped. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the podcast.
Yeah. But final thoughts real quick, I'll say. After listening, this is only like my third or fourth Kanye album I've listened to in full, fun fact. It's definitely the best one, too. Like, I have the opinion that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a little overrated. It's got, like, some of his most iconic songs on it, but, like, I don't know, that second half of the album is just not it for me. But this album is more consistent, I'd say, and a lot more for me to come back to, despite that album having the biggest hits.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite one as of right now. And scores, would you like to go first?
Guess I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give it a 9,
Ooh.
despite the like filler stuff, because I think that there's just so much classic stuff on this album. I listen to songs of this album a lot, so
yeah.
High score.
What do you got?
Do we not give halves?
We do halves.
We have. Yeah.
7.5.
Okay. I'm gonna go 8.5. I really like this album a lot too. So simple as that. Pretty good.
It's good, but some things it drags on too long.
It does drag.
No, it does.
I can't with
Listening
that
to
shit.
it
I
in
lose
full,
my patience.
By the time you get halfway through Last Call, even less than that, you're like, man, I
Shut
know
up.
that there's really nothing left on the album, and now I just gotta listen to all this.
Yeah.
But
So, Lynn, what have you got for us this week?
So, I'm thinking the last time I picked.
I think I know where this is going.
I don't know yet. I was
Oh.
thinking last time it was Astroworld, but I was stuck between that and Utopia. I don't know if I want to do Utopia though, but I'm not gonna. I was gonna do a newer Kanye to make you do that, but I don't want back-to-back Kanye. So we're gonna go Utopia.
Okay.
okay,
All right.
I like.
Some Turvis Scoot in here.
Yeah, we're returning back to the Turvis Scoot. You guys saw him live recently too, so
Twice.
We've seen the tour for this album twice, 2 different locations. So.
All right. Well, tune in next week, where I'm sure we'll all have a lot to say about Utopia.